2024 has welcomed a lot of unfamiliar territory to home buyers as we've seen record high interest rates and an impending rule change that could expose buyers' ability to higher representation. On the interest rate front, buyers who have decided to hold off on buying in 2022 and early 2023 are now faced with higher monthly payments due to the interest rate climate, which raises the question, should they continue to wait in hopes that rates come back down, or should they purchase today and refinance later? Looking back on appreciation, the buyers who decided to hold off in 2022 and 2023 were not only affected due to the increasing interest rates, but also appreciating home values. Our economy is in a very unfamiliar situation, considering that we continue to see higher inflation despite regulating rates. Usually, when the Federal Reserve wants to slow inflation, they will make spending less desirable and borrowing money less affordable. So if the Federal Reserve has said that their highest priority is to slow inflation, then that would likely mean that we're not going to see rate cuts anytime soon, as promised earlier in the year, which means it's probably best for homebuyers to act sooner rather than later, since interest rate affordability seems far-fetched and value appreciation seems to be consistent. Obviously, this doesn't mean you should run to buy a house if you aren't prepared to financially, but if you can afford the payment and you feel comfortable about your financial situation, then locking in a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage at a price you're comfortable with makes a lot of sense. Additionally, it may become more expensive for homebuyers later in the year, as some sellers may be unwilling to pay your buyer's agent commission when the rule change takes effect in July. If sellers are unwilling to pay buyer's agents commissions, then homebuyers must decide if they can purchase a home on their own or if they can afford to pay 2 to 3% on top of their down payment and closing costs. The issue with purchasing on their own is that they would be responsible for negotiating price and terms, and more importantly, navigating contractual law and making sure that they are purchasing a home that is safe while protecting their deposit. As a real estate professional, it does scare me to think about home buyers attempting to buy without representation, or alternatively going directly to that listing agent whose fiduciary duty is to the seller. So in short, I think there's a unique buying window for home buyers to get into their home prior to these changes in July. If we do end up seeing inflation slow and interest rate cuts, then undoubtedly they're going to push prices up as more buyers enter into the market due to the newfound affordability. As always, it's best to speak with a professional who can educate you on these topics and define whether now is an appropriate time for you to purchase a home. I hope this video gave you some insight on what's to come, and I'd love to hear your opinion of what we should expect in the housing market in the comments down below.